Hi everyone, welcome to your West Indies versus New Zealand. This is the first T20 in the series. We'll be reviewing both of them. We know they're over, but we'll still be running through them quickly. I have joining me today Luke for this one. Um, so let's just get straight into it. Luke, you have anything you want to start off by saying?
Hi, night everyone. No, you pretty much covered the opening remarks.
All right. Let me see. So this first one we have with the for the T20. Um, well, for me, I had mentioned in the video we were doing for the test series, the tour test, that I was saying at least in this one, Gale was going to come out and score, and then my bubbles got burst here that Gale wasn't actually going to play. So that was a big disappointment there for me because I think this is where Gale really adds something to West Indies team more so than any test element. So going into this game for the West Indies team, they had um, Wayne Smith, he was brought in, Wendell Simmons, Andre Fletcher, Darian Bravo, Kieran, Kieran Pollard, sorry, Darren Sammy, Andre Russell, Dennis Randin, Sunil Narain, get his name called, probably how am I talking about his name? So I'll just say it right, okay, Samuel Badri, and Krishmar Santoki, that's for West Indies. On the New Zealand team, though, New Zealand did not really make any real changes aside from I think that's Corey Anderson came in, and so he came back into the team. It's basically the same team: Williamson, Neeson, McCullum, Taylor. We said Anderson came in, Luke Ronke, Bolt, Latham, Sodi came back in, Selby, and BJ Watling. So, Luke, do you have any thoughts on the two lineups heading into this game? How do you see West Indies lineup? Do you think heading into it that West Indies had the right players there, or do you think that they needed to perhaps bring in a few more guys and switch it around a bit more?
Um, well, first of all, I'll start with the New Zealand lineup. As you said, no real standout changes from the test team apart from Corey Anderson. But which I found surprising. But I guess they didn't want to bring in the specialists just for 2 matches to the Caribbean. Not sure what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I don't know if anybody watched them, but if you were watching matches, you would have heard the commentators querying Latham's spot in the team, and I just figured that was down to specialists not arriving in Dominica for this series. Um, in addition to the West Indies team, though, uh, I guess it was a good team considering how some of the teams would have performed in the IPL and CPL. Like Santoki had a good CPL. Badri and Narayan, of course, the number one and two spinners in the world at the moment in terms of T20 kit. And I guess one inclusion I was querying was Andre Russell. For me, he hasn't performed enough, whether it's been one-day cricket or T20s, to really warrant a place in the side. But they wanted a guy with pace and could smash some sixes, I guess. But when I see him come into bat, is a bit of helter skelter, throwing the kitchen sink at everything, wherever it may land. That's the only real name in the squad I would take out. Other than that, it looked like a strong side.
Okay. Well, for Andre Russell these days, I think I'm just gonna call him Andre Sanford in remembrance of Adam Sanford because um, his figures were nothing really to jump home about. I think did he take any wickets in his first game?
No, yeah.
He even bowled. Oh yes, he bowled, and
Overs for 21 runs, quite expensive.
then the other game, the second one we get to in the next video, he wasn't much better. So in honor of Adam Sanford, my new name for him is going to be Andres Sanford until I see something in his bowling performance that suggests to me that he actually deserves his spot in the team for his he deserves to be bowling in the team because they don't say anything really from him that stands out in my opinion that he should be bowling. So this would have been West Indies' first international T20 game in Dominica. I was turning commentary saying that in Windsor Park. So
Yeah, I
Dominic
believe
Funny.
that's the
Yeah,
case.
you
Yeah.
said? Yeah. So that's the first thing there. We know for this game is not going to be Dennis Randon that was captain. It was Darren Sammy and Brendan McCullum captain this game. So in this one, New Zealand won the toss and they bowl first. Um, okay, okay, where did it start?
Yeah.
What do we have here first? I have here. I think I made a mistake here in terms of who got out Simmons though. I'm supposed to go back and check that. Um,
Paul got Simmons.
Bolt got out Simmons, right? And I had here. He got him out to. Yeah, let me close this off. I have too much things up here. Um, okay. Yeah. So I have here. I have. Okay. So ball in swinger to Simmons, who hit the ball. But Pad came first, so he was given out there. I was watching that first. I was trying to figure out if it was actually a case where it didn't hit the bat because of the way the ball actually, ricocheted away. Um, it seemed like actually I hit the bat first, but it was correctly judged, and Simmons was given out for this one. Simmons, he's a very good player, and I think in T20 you see a bit more of him coming out his shell, I guess, and um, I was very surprised. I think if he had gone off to a if he had gone past this point, I think he would have probably gone on and added a bit more to the West Indies team here. And they were really counting on him to give that good start for West Indies, but he didn't give it there. Next thing I have here, a silly shot by Smith, pulling into the wind, straight to BJ Watling on the mid-wicket boundary, and that was the end of Dwayne Smith. Dwayne Smith only made 8 in this one. What do you find Dwayne Smith actually perform? Do you find that he's hot and cold, or do you find that he's actually one of the more consistent T20 openers that West Indies actually have?
Pardon?
So I was asking you if you find that Dwayne Smith is a more of a consistent T20 opener for West Indies, or do you find that he's hot and cold, he performs when he feels like?
Um, he was pretty consistent in the IPL. But of course, I guess T20 is more of a who comes on the day kind of game. In Test cricket, you find you have to graft your runs. Sometimes you just gotta stick it out for a little while. You may not score for 5 or 10 overs, but you feel that once you get through that initial troubling period, you can instantly move. But you don't really have any time in cricket to get yourself settled in. I'm not sure if anyone would have been watching online during the first T20, but when it was raining, they were showing a bit of a batting masterclass by Brendan McCullum, and he was showing how he sets up his T20 innings. And he always says, you don't have a lot of time when you get out there to um, affect the game. So almost every time you have to start right away in terms of hitting the boundaries. And it's not that easy. But like I said, on the day, it can pull off and you can hit 100. If it's just not going for you, then obviously you need help. And I guess confidence maybe not too high. Hasn't been playing for a while since the IPL, so it's just that more difficult for him.
Yeah, yeah, and the CPL is coming up also. I haven't started actually checking it out yet. You know what team he's playing for it? If he is playing, that is.
Um, Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to
So,
check that.
yeah, so he's probably gonna get it. So probably get some good practice there. And T20 is such a funny game, in my opinion. I've seen some players down there and just make a lot of runs, and then the other time they can't even get the ball off the square. They look foolish. So it's like, there are few people that I've seen that, especially Indians, that have really like worked hard at their T20 games. And to me, I think they're still like, the best team in the T20 format. At least I guess because of the IPL and all that. A little bit more consistent cricket there, but it's really a hit and miss for the batsman. So you know, still think Dwayne Smith is a very good option there for the opening. But I still think he's a very good player there for West Indies. So you know, these things happen and they perform there. So
Yeah,
um,
it goes through a rough patch.
yeah. So this game was actually reduced to 18 over game
Mhm.
because of the rain. Um, Andrea Fletcher by far was really the star for West Indies. There he was really the only one that really saw the bowling and was able to actually go after it and get the runs that his team actually needed. He ended up in this game, I think, making 52 or 55 deliveries. So he was going at it and he hit 1, 4, and 4 sixes. So he was really going well. Him and Darren Bravo actually came in after Smith got out and the score 10 for 2. They came in and actually put the score up to 98 for 3, which was in the end of the 12th over when the next wicket actually fell. So Darren Bravo performed good. Um, and it was definitely a partnership that I think it was the most important partnership in the West Indies is because he actually was able to come, the two of them, and back through. So I don't know if it's Darren Bravo showing a bit more maturity in his performance in the team. So early on, though, Sodi for New Zealand was not bowling that well. He was getting smacked all over the place especially by Andre Fletcher. Sorry, come on, Darren Fletcher. Andre Fletcher and Darren Bravo got some shots in on him as well. So what I have here, Bravo bounce that, and he ends up pulling out the ball, hits the ball straight into the keeper's hand. It just skies straight up in the air behind the keeper, and Luke Rocky easily takes that catch, and Darren Bravo falls for 30. So not really getting on top of that ball there. I don't know. I think that you probably could have handled that ball a little bit better, Luke. What do you think? You think that it was a good delivery, just a good delivery that that he got from Corey Anderson to get him out, or do you think that he could have handled that ball a little bit better? I see. I see
Yeah,
your
I think
opinion.
he can handle it better. Um, Corey Anderson, he's not the quickest bowler in the world, but he does get a little bounce. Um, However, the Dominica pitch wasn't really conducive to fast bowling. It was kind of slow and low, gripping a lot. Um, so to get out to that kind of a delivery was pretty disappointing.
Yeah. So I you saw he got in the second T20, but probably just having his moments where he loses concentration and that kind of thing. So so Darren Andre Fletcher goes on and makes his second T20 50 at international level for him. So good performance there by him. Fletcher then eventually does get up, but he hits against the spin, and I think how did he get up this one? Though? Hit against the spin, and for this one he was caught both. Can't really remember how he got out, even though I watched the video. I can't remember how did he get. He hit the ball on the boundary or something. So he was pulling at it. Look, I can't remember how he got out, but
I know he got caught.
yeah, I remember he got caught, and I remember he was hitting against the spin, but
Yeah.
I can't remember anything else. But he batted well, in my opinion. I think you seem like number three is the better position for him to bat in.
I do. Um, yeah, I say he was the one that looked the most at ease with the bowling. Apart from the delivery he got, he didn't really look like giving it away. But as you said, sometimes he just our batsmen seem to have those moments where they lose concentration way too easily and give away their hand.
Yeah, very true. And you only got 20 overs to bat too, so you know those things happen. But I can't really complain about his performance because I think he went out there and did what he had to do. And now it was for the order for West Indies to actually come out there and give them something to actually work with to be able to build on that start. Bear in mind, only had 18 overs. Um, I have heard that Sammy got out weird. I can't remember how Sammy got either. I think he tried to scoop the ball in the air or something like that, and just ended up hitting the ball to Sylvie. I can't remember if Sylvie was. Probably should rewatch the game before the thing, but he got some strange shot.
Off the boundary, I think.
Pardon?
Came from off a boundary, I think, to catch him.
Right. Well, he only made 10. Um, they already added anything there for West Indies. Um, Andre Russell made 1. Dennis Randing got a run out. So New England Ryan finished not out on 0. And West Indies ended their 18 overs on 132 for 131, sorry, for 8 after 18 overs. The West Indies actually lost their last 5 wickets under 40 runs
Yeah,
after the opening period put on such a good part after the middle the top order put on such a good performance.
yes.
So at this level, I guess I won't be overly critical because only 20 overs, but still, if you really want to make yourself become more dominant, because we're invested in trying a lot more with T20 as their main source to show that they're actually better than everybody else. If you want that to be your main thing, then you actually have to perform that way and be able to make bigger scores than you see at 18 overs. So it's like losing 5 wickets just for 40 runs is not acceptable if you want to establish yourself as top contenders out there. When you have teams out there that will make, nearly 200 runs at 18 overs if they already had the time. So that's just my opinion on that. Now we take the Alu.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty much, we've gotten used to West Indies kind of losing it towards the end. I found it interesting in this series, however, they were able to kind of combat that and adapt and come back in the second game to win it, which was good. We will get there in the second game, but I just found that interesting. They were able to adapt their game and sort of focus on the type of because I don't think this we're used to that kind of play in the uh, first T20. Sorry, and I guess they will gotten some practice on a similar pitch or talk to the coach about it, whatever the case may be, and then they came back and the game was back here, and of course Fletcher was very good again. I found it was a good feeling actually when they won, because you don't, as you saw in the Test series, they don't come back very well, the West Indies. Um, so it was heartening to see them do it this time.
Yeah, very true. Very true, very true with that. So yeah, so 131 was what 132 is what West Indies was what New Zealand needed to make. Um, Neeson started out good, but like he was gonna continue on in the Test series, but then Krishmar Santoki responded well. I think it was a low full toss. I can't remember. He went well. No, I have he went for a attempted Yorker, I think, and got inside edge. And he got rid of Jim Neeson. So I heard the comment. I heard Ian Bishop was saying that he was able to respond quickly because he wanted to see if he had that sort of spirit. Like when a player get hit, sometimes his confidence is rattled. So he was able to respond quickly to show that he actually could handle himself out there. So got that early wicket there for West Indies. But the next wicket did not come anytime soon. Brandon McCullum and Kane Williamson, they went out there and just pushed along the score, and they were keeping ahead of the run rate also. So that is something that I have this video tagged as when has West Indies ever won? When has the Duckworth-Lewis method actually helped West Indies? And I can't think of any time, in all honesty, when the Duckworth-Lewis method was really West Indies' best friend. It always works against West Indies because it's like if West Indies is going to win a game, and it's like just keep, if you only lost one wicket, just keep this one wicket as the only wicket you lose. West Indies somehow ends up losing a wicket and puts themselves in the calculation with Duckworth-Lewis now in a worse position. But we saw here in New Zealand that they kept ahead of the run rate, so they were making sure to keep ahead. And you saw Brendan McCullum leading by example as the captain. So you know, a good thing there for them. But Luke, can you think of any time where New Zealand actually, where West Indies, sorry, actually won by the Duckworth-Lewis method, and you could say, well, that actually benefited the West Indies?
Whew. Well, I can't think of a time. One time I can remember where they almost had it, but I think they were off. I think it was against England, if I'm not mistaken. And Gus Logie was the coach at the time, and I think he got it off by like 1 run, and the West Indies ended up losing the match because, of course, it didn't come back on the field after the rain. But no, I don't think I can ever remember Duckworth-Lewis ever benefiting West Indies cricket.
Yep. So that's how it always is for West Indies, and I never really liked the Duckworth-Lewis method. It just seemed unfair to me. Because of the fact that we would win from it, and I fully to this day don't understand how it's fully calculated. So I just think it robs the game of a natural finish.
Actually, it kind of harmed our finish in the World T20 as well. But we
Yeah,
lost
exactly that.
by
Exactly that. Yeah, Phillies was to me had a very good chance of winning that game. So it's like it doesn't help, I've been wondering for years why the ICC or the cricket um, boards of the various countries don't actually invest more in sky domes. Like I remember Canada, I think, had their own sky domes for cricket, but I know they're very expensive. But I think that will actually help in terms of like when rain comes on and so on, you're able to cover up the stadium and put the dome over it and that kind of stuff. But I guess you don't consider that as a viable option because of the amount of money that will actually have to be fixed. Um, so basically, I remember I was saying that McCullum, I don't know if McCullum was dropping in his form as captain and age or whatever the case is, but he responded very well in this game. So I guess he probably felt more at home in the T20 format than any Test series. So um, basically, from there, after that, they said the next wicket did not fall till New Zealand were at 65, and this was via a caught on ball from Sammy where you have to actually is a very good catch. You actually had to judge it correctly. I know the exact thing to actually jump back and actually take the catch. So nice kind of ball there by Sammy, kept his balance well, and that is how Westies got their second wicket. From there, Brandon McCullum got out when the score was on 95. But at this point, it didn't really make much different. Sammy got his wicket also. McCullum was pulling to the mid wicket boundary. That was him. That was the end of him. But it put New Zealand in a position where they were very strong. Corey Anderson also got out, caught in the rainbow Sammy for 15, and that was basically last wicket. The fall that was 115 for 4, and they just made 2 more runs before the umpires called off the game. I don't know if the rain was falling or just because of the poor lighting conditions, but basically, New Zealand ended up winning the game on 117 for 4, and they won by 12 runs according to the Duckworth-Lewis method. So, you know, I don't think West Indies would have won anyways the way they were playing. So, you know, congratulations to New Zealand for that one there, and they take it 1-0 up in the series. So, but what are your thoughts? To try to keep the video a certain length so it won't drag on. what are your thoughts, on this game, and let me just like wrap it up and so on. So just give your thoughts on the game and um, yeah, basically anything else you want to add.
Um, yeah, I was impressed with how Santoki bowled. He's been a revelation since coming into the team. Bowled really well in the World T20 and these couple T20s against New Zealand. Didn't perform that well in the IPL, but it was a new experience for him, so I didn't expect him to really burst on the scene with the big impact. But he's one that he comes back very well if you hit him for a boundary, and he keeps his cool. He has a very good temperament, and that is something you need in T20 cricket. Um, I'm very impressed with how Andre Fletcher has made a return to the team. He batted very well these first couple matches. I know the last time he would have come into the team, he didn't really impress, and everybody was calling for him to be dropped again. But he performed well and warranted his place in the side. Um, Probably looking for a call up to the one day squad for the World Cup coming up early next year. So that'll be another great opportunity for him, and hopefully he could do the team proud. Um, Narain and Badri went for a little expensive in this first game, so not sure what happened there. I thought the pitch would have suited their bowling a little more, but congrats on New Zealand. As you said, Bernard McCullum and Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor batted really well to keep them ahead of the run rate while it was looking that rain was going to interrupt the game, and well, so said, so done. And they were able to walk away with the Duckworth-Lewis win in the first game.
Yeah, so that's a very good victory there for New Zealand. It boggles my mind, however, like looking at the second T20, which we'll get into after we finish this video, as to why um, Sheldon Cottrell was brought in and Santoki was removed from the team. Ted Santoki didn't bowl that bad to me. But I guess we'll discuss that in the next video. But
Yeah.
good performance there for New Zealand. Nothing that's exceptionally bad. T20 is such a funny game, I find it harder to be more as critical of T20 cricket as it could be a maybe one day or Test cricket because it's just so short. And on a given day, any guy could go out there and just have a good day, and then another guy that's supposed to perform doesn't do anything. So, you know, just leave it as that. Look, you want to tell anyone where to follow you at, or you are taking the Shamar approach and leave it away? Or you tell
Uh,
me in that video, up to you.
yeah, you could just follow me at my name is Luke Stoll. You can find me on Facebook, and you can get to my Twitter from there as well. Um, so yeah, that's it.
All right, so follow me on here at Degen Inspires, Twitter Dharma24, Facebook Darren Nichols. So with that said, congratulations New Zealand again, and yeah, we're out for this one.